What is confirmation bias? Confirmation bias refers to the cognitive bias used in the selection of information confirming already existing beliefs or hypotheses. It is a tendency to weigh more heavily evidence supporting one's views while either ignoring or downplaying evidence that contradicts it. This may affect most aspects of decision-making and formation of belief, usually falling into poor reasoning and perpetuating fallacies. Mechanism. The mechanism of confirmation bias is deeply entrenched in the brain's requirement for some amount of consistency and, thus, efficiency. After people come across information, they are more likely to seek information selectively. They seek information that confirms existing beliefs and ignore the information that opposes these beliefs. Interpretation. People interpret the information in such a way that it confirms their existing belief. Information that corresponds to one's prior beliefs is better remembered, and information that does not is forgotten, a phenomenon known as selective recall. Cognitive processes involved. Several cognitive processes are at work in creating confirmation bias, and include the following. Pattern recognition. The human brain is wired to recognize patterns, and it will often see connections where no connection exists. Motivated reasoning. People have a dysfunctional motivation to defend existing beliefs and minimize states of cognitive dissonance. Anchoring. Initial beliefs or hypotheses act as anchors from which it becomes hard to alter one's perceptions even upon receiving new information. Real-life example. Imagine Emma, who strongly believes in alternative medicine. She comes across a series of evidence of the efficacy of herbal remedies over conventional medicine. She has had favorable experiences about the works of herbal medication on her and thus believes they are usually much better than conventional treatments. Whenever Emma finds reports praising herbal remedies, she eagerly shares them on social media and enthusiastically discusses them with her friends. However, whenever she comes across scientific studies which doubt the efficacy or, on the contrary, risk of the remedies being used, she waves them off as biased or sponsored. By focusing only on supportive evidence, ignoring contradictory information, Emma reinforced her belief in alternative medicine, closing herself off to the potential benefits of conventional treatments. Spotting confirmation bias. Following other ways to identify confirmation bias both as a self-check and for others. Selective attention. Mostly paying attention to information supporting your beliefs, whereas overlooking or giving less importance to opposing evidence. Selective recall. Details that support beliefs are more easily remembered than details contradicting them. Echo chambers. Engaging primarily with the like-minded or the sources of information that confirm pre-existing beliefs, which mean no or very few counter-opinions are ever exposed. Resistance to change. When unwillingness exists to update beliefs by new and opposite evidence, commonly through rationalization and brushing off of such type of evidence is done. Overconfidence. Excessive confidence in the belief in the face of overwhelming contradictory evidence. Confirmation bias examples in various contexts. Politics. The person who holds strong political beliefs will only follow news feeds with which he identifies and avoid those that have opposite viewpoints. This will make them most likely to accept the information that supports their political stance by rejecting or criticizing the opposition. Health and medicine. A person who trusts more in homeopathic solutions than in conventional medicine may look for anecdotal evidence, testimonials, etc. And it will support his decision and simply ignore scientific studies which raise questions regarding the efficiency of these remedies. An investor could be attuned to good news and reports about a stock that he or she owns and downplay the negative information, which can result in poor investment decisions. Education. A student who thinks they are terrible in math will recall all of the times they have struggled with the subject but will not recall the times they have done well. This will validate their beliefs and may have an additional negative impact on their motivation and grades. Management and minimization of confirmation bias. The following are some ways through which confirmation bias can be minimized. Awareness. Confirmatory bias is the term for the phenomenon and the fact that everyone suffers from it. The first step in coping with a bias is to be aware of it. Obtain multiple perspectives by making an effort to glean and consider information from multiple sources, especially from sources that interact with your views. An interaction of diverse perspectives can provide a more balanced view. Critical thinking. Engage in critical thinking towards evidence, regardless of the fact that it confirms or disconfirms your previous ideas. Question the credibility of sources and their methods and probable sources of bias. Introspection of motives. Ask yourself why you, as a result, would favor one piece of information over another. This assists you in discovering and correcting your biased thinking by reflecting on your motivation. Consult others. Share your opinions with others you respect who may hold different perspectives. Such a discussion can enrich you with new learnings that will help you realize and question your biases. Balanced information consumption. Actively seek out information derived from several sources. It could mean reading news stories across different media houses, participating in diverse forums, and considering different perspectives. Such mindfulness can make a person better conscious of thought processes and reactions to information. Mindfulness will help to notice when one is confirmation biasing, and this is going to let one take a balanced approach. Confirmation bias is a very potent cognitive bias operating in the domain where decisions are made and beliefs formed. Understanding its mechanisms, learning to recognize its presence, and using strategies to reduce its effects can place people on their way toward more impartial and balanced thinking. This supports personal development and strengthens better decision-making information-based and on rationality in many walks of life. Thank you all for supporting us. Please subscribe to the channel for further learnings. The end.